Peace and blessings. This is Lady Crenshaw coming at you with Goddess TV. I am here. Today is Monday, and we are going to get our first YouTube cast off for the week. Please make sure you join us tomorrow evening on Blog Talk Radio, Lady Crenshaw, right after the Nikki Love show. It is 10 o'clock Mountain Standard Time, which is midnight Eastern Standard Time. Call in, come into the chat room. We are going to have lots and lots of fun. Starting in January, we will start bringing in regular guests across the world who are fighting for sisterhood to be established and maintained. So call in. I will post the second half of the show. I will make sure at the end I give the numbers and all of that good stuff. So please, Blog Talk Radio, Goddess Awakening. We had a wonderful, fun show on Thursday, and Nikki Love has been showing us much love for that. So please make sure you stay tuned. Okay, so today's topic is about apology and the power of apologizing. When you take accountability for wronging or bringing pain to another sister, the healing that comes in that is contagious into the community. When someone knows that there is an illness with two sisters, for whatever the reason may be, it may be petty, it may be very grand and large, but when one of them decides to take accountability and come to the other and apologize for the pain, intentional or not, that was caused, very much so can healing begin for both parties, as well as for the sake of sisterhood. This does not necessarily mean that you will be sisters. This does not necessarily mean that you will hang out with each other, but it does mean that you have a level of respect for your fellow goddess enough to honor that she is just that, and you are not going to hold this grudge, because whether you hold it, whether she holds it, this is still a very unproductive energy that is being carried and lingering around both of you, because it is a two-way street to relate. It is not just one thing. One party can't just say it is what it is. I don't care if you feel bad or not. And vice versa. The other party can't say, well, I'm fine, and if you're not over it, I'm over it. You have to respect each person's process has to be respected. Each person's time has to be respected. And if one of them can reach the moment of getting over it and clarity and healing and all of that stuff before the other, that does not discredit, nor does it not validate that the other one, who may need a little bit more time, who may need to really process what just happened and weed through what was real and what was not real within the relationship. And again, this does not mean that you guys are going to be best friends, but it does mean that you at least respect one another enough to say, you know what, sister, I was wrong. I take full responsibility and accountability, and I want to somehow create some type of a healing energy. There's nothing more profound than that. And often, Black women, we have this tendency to be too strong to apologize. And this doesn't even apply just to sisterhood. However, Goddess Awakening is all about sisterhood. But it does apply to our men. When we don't apologize to our men when we are wrong, particularly the men in the fight when we are wrong, it creates this very guarded nature, because if a brother sees outright that you're wrong and you were fighting and defending wrong until the end for the sake of argument, for the sake of winning this battle with one of our gods, then of course it's going to be hard to trust you. Of course it's going to be hard to believe in you. Of course it's going to be hard to trust that when worse comes to worse, I should be protecting you. This is what brothers are thinking, because why would I do that when you can't even listen when I'm trying to lead you proper? But Black women are quick to try to lead our brothers. We're quick to try to tell them what needs to happen. We're quick to try to tell them what they need to wear, how they need to be presenting themselves, what they need to do with their business, whatever it is. And then when they come and correct us, our guard goes up so high. that it creates a bad taste in their mouth when it comes to trying to be honest with us. And it's hard to be honest with someone who won't even acknowledge that sometimes they're wrong. You want to just, I mean, I'm sure there's brothers who are weighing their options like, okay, do I want to keep the peace or do I want to give the truth? Because I love this woman, or I love this sister as my sister, or whatever it might be. And then they flip out and take it a totally different way when all this brother's trying to do is lead you with the truth, and you're fighting it so much for the sake of your pride, for the sake of your ego, for the sake of saying that you can do whatever you want to do and you don't need a man, when the truth is that we balance each other. If you didn't need a man, the idea of creating life would be one-sided. We have to have that balance when it comes to sisterhood. When we have two bulls going head to head because the black woman is stuck in this mantra that we're too strong to be wrong, and nobody is apologizing. We're hurt, we're pained. This might have been triggered from something else. I don't care what the issue is. When you have time to sit back and look at things objectively, and you can't say, I was wrong, I should not have acted in A, B, C, and D, I should have handled this accordingly, I should have done whatever, and you're too busy holding your pride up before admitting that you were wrong, it creates no type of sisterhood. You cannot say that you are your sister's keeper when you can't even apologize. When you say, I know that's how you feel, but that's just what it is. That's not being somebody's keeper. Being somebody's keeper is saying, I hurt you. Hold on, let's rewind and let me figure out what I did, because I want to make sure I don't hurt you again, and I sure don't hurt another sister again. And that's the problem with the idea of what black women are. When brothers say you can't tell a black woman shit, that's not a good look. You shouldn't be in a box where somebody is so, we look at it as if that is strength, and that is really limitation. Because if I can't tell you nothing, you're not going to grow to nothing. You're going to stay stagnant right in the space that you're in. And until you can take accountability for the wrong and the pain that you have caused to another sister, to your child, to your mate, to your lover, to your brother, sister, mother, whatever it is, there's no way that we can possibly say that we're taking accountability and we're being each other's keeper when we're not keeping ourselves. A part of being true to you and knowing yourself is knowing when you're wrong. Is knowing when it's necessary to apologize. Is not walking around and, oh, okay, so sarah. No. That's not a goddess quality. Goddesses don't say whatever it is, it is. No, goddesses control what it is. We're maintaining what it is. That's how much power we have. If I want a sisterhood, I will have a sisterhood. If I don't want a sisterhood, then I won't have one. But don't walk around talking about you're a goddess and you're not conducting yourself as such. You know what? Why don't you start low? Start low at like a joker or something. You know what I'm saying? You're not a goddess yet, because a goddess has no qualms in saying, I was wrong, and let me correct this for the sake of growth, for the sake of understanding, for the sake of your growth, sister. You know what I'm saying? That apology may help her grow. She may need to learn how to accept an apology. She may need to learn how to accept love. She may need to learn how to accept, you know what? You may have helped me in this process. I have grown to learn myself because I didn't know myself, because I had this guard up, this wall up for so long. And instead of looking at it and saying, okay, this is objective, this is what's productive for me, we choose to walk away and leave a harmful situation still harmed. That's not sisterhood. Okay, that is not sisterhood. What is sisterhood is saying, I harmed you. Maybe I'll retreat for a second. I'm going to get over it. And I'm ready to come back to the table and say, what does it take for the healing to begin? Not the mending of a friendship, for healing to begin. Healing, again, does not mean that I am your best friend, that you are my best friend, but I respect you enough, because you're a black woman and you're a goddess. I respect you enough to give you that ease of knowing that your concern is my concern, whether or not you're my best friend or not, because I know that my intention is never to harm the black woman. My intention is never to make a sister feel like I'm not a sister that is open and ready and willing to be there for her.